Once you unlock advanced tools, you will have access to the advanced options section and more in all tools for all sports. If you purchase an individual site such as DraftKings, you will only have advanced options for DraftKings. For access to all DFS sites, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo, purchase the All Sites Advanced Tools package. Our optimizer is a truly optimal lineup builder. A number of lineup optimizers on the market create one or a couple optimal lineups and then compromise quality for quantity on the rest. That means you're not getting the most optimal lineups that generate the most points for your team. If an optimizer generates 500 lineups in a matter of seconds, rest assured the generated lineups are not all optimal. Our optimizer was built by a PhD in optimization. First and foremost, we generate the highest quality lineups in daily fantasy sports by generating all optimal lineups. We'll put that to the test against anyone else's optimizer. By unlocking the advanced tools, you can generate as many lineups as desired in multiple tabs of lineups. You can create up to 100 lineups at a time in a matter of seconds. You can then name those tabs and save all or some of these lineups for downloading and bulk uploading via CSV to DraftKings or FanDuel. Here are the other benefits of unlocking advanced tools and how they can help you gain the advantage to win more. Under the advanced options, you'll see some options. The first one is maximum number of players per team in each lineup. You can turn this on and it allows you to minimize exposure to players on the particular team. You can update according to the number of players allowed per team for that particular site. You can select those players and then it'll automatically reduce the exposure to those players within your optimal lineups. So this is a critical option if you want to reduce risk and ensure that your optimal lineups have a diverse number of players from different teams. The next option is to lock flex position. A lot of our users have certain positions they like on a certain night or just in general, and you can do that by locking the flex position when available. Individual player exposure is critical for high volume players and a way for everyone to diversify risk and create better lineups. You can update individual player exposure for as many players as possible to ensure that players only appear in an exact exposure amount or a ceiling percentage. This is something unique to our site at this time. So if you turn on player exposure, individual, you scroll down and click on a percentage of exposure, and you can edit the exposure for that particular player. This means that Aaron Brooks will not be in more than 25% of your lineups. Now that's a standard exposure. If you were to lock Aaron Brooks, this exposure will go to 0 and then you can update it. And if you set that to 25%, Aaron Brooks will not be in any more or any less than 25% of your lineups. So it's an exact amount. So if you generate 10 lineups, well, 10 lineups isn't a great example because you can't have 2.5 lineups, but if you generated 4 lineups, one lineup would have Aaron Brooks, no more, no less. If you generated 100, Aaron Brooks would be in 25 lineups. This is really powerful and something that we haven't seen in any other optimizer. You can do the same with global player exposure. So if you turn that on, you can set a percentage and all your players will be exposed in that percentage amount. Once again, you could lock a player and that will also update their individual. You can also upload custom projections. The most successful DFS players have their own projections in their own system. We offer an easy to use interface to upload your projections, and then you can harness the power of our optimizer. You just click on upload now, select the site, the sport, the game type for a particular sport. In NBA, you can either upload your projections or your minutes, which is a powerful tool as well. So if you believe you have the inside track on minutes, you have breaking news, the minutes drive the projections in NBA, you can upload your own minutes. You download our file, all you do is update the column next to the player name, save it and upload again, and you'll see the chart populate, and then you just click override cafe values and the optimizer will override those values. You can also exclude all players. If you have a player pool you want to work with, exclude all players in one click saves tons of time. You exclude everyone, and then you go in and unexclude or lock the players you want to include in your player pool. Applying projection models is also critical. They're some of the most valuable to NBA DFS experts. Vegas Totals model emphasizes the Vegas line for players and teams. So all you do is click in our built-in model and you'll see the projections change based on the Vegas lines. Same thing for fantasy points per game allowed. This model emphasizes fantasy points per game per position. So we've broken down what the defense allows in fantasy points per game per position. Click the model and your projections automatically update. Defense efficiency rating. This is a critical NBA stat, NBA.com. You can find the formula and logic below the table. Down below, just scroll all the way down, you'll see defensive efficiency rating. It's the number of points a team allows per 100 possessions. So in addition to all those advanced options, once you start generating lineups, as you can see I did below, you can rename your tabs. You can have multiple groups, so each group can have 100. You can continue to generate unlimited lineups. You can save all your lineups at once. You can download all your lineups and upload those to FanDuel or DraftKings. This is the slate you're working with. There will also be a slate selector up top. If you want to save a lineup, you simply click that save button. You click over and save lineups and you'll see it there. You can select the various slates that are available up here and you'll switch between your slates lineups and download them and easily upload them to FanDuel or DraftKings. Your players used tab shows you the different exposure percentages, the raw number of lineups that players is exposed in, as well as some other detailed information. You will have access to our saved lineups feature, multiple tabs, importing to FanDuel and DraftKings via CSV, and all the advanced options in all our tools for all sports. At a cost as low as 50 cents a day or $15.99 a month, unlocking advanced tools can pay for itself in one day. Don't wait and start winning more with our advanced tools options.